The Jacksonville Jaguars are planning on signing Tim Tebow back.
Yeah!
Tebow back. Tebow back. He's playing tight end. Tebow back, dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
The Jaguars, head coach Urban Meyer, who coached Tim Tebow at the University of Florida when they had a lot of success together and just bought a house right next to Tim Tebow, is allegedly going to sign Tim Tebow within the next week to their tight end room. Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback. Timmy Tebow's the tight end.
Yes.
Urban Meyer's the head coach. And Schlegel is the strength and conditioning guru. Look out for the Jags to win the next 6 to 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah!
I have no idea how Tim Tebow is going to be as a tight end. I would assume he's going to do well. I feel like he is a very athletic person. I think he could always catch well. I'm not sure if that was ever the problem. His throwing motion was called into question on a very regular basis, with a lot of outcomes of his throws being 6 to 10 yards off potentially. He goes into baseball, succeeds. Okay.
Oh,
had a successful
sure.
professional career. Never made the majors, but he did play AAA, hit a couple bombs. Now he's back in football, in a locker room. I'd assume Urban Meyer's like, if he wants to play tight end, cool. Let's go ahead and just get him in here. This is a guy we want to build a foundation around. I assume they're not going to be skipping OTAs, especially with what Thielen just said about the Minnesota Vikings going back to the building next week. Tim Tebow down there. It's a beautiful thing. I'm pumped up about this, AJ Hawk.
I mean, I think everyone's pumped up, aren't they? Do you know any of the other tight ends on the roster there in Jacksonville? Like, what does it look like? What's his competition look like?
Well, there is no competition. It's Tim Tebow.
That's right.
Okay, so TE1, TE-Bow. Okay, so that's, I think, how it's going to go. Who knows if he's going to make the roster? Who knows if he's going to be good, honestly?
He's going to have to play. Hey, if he wants to make the roster, though, Pat, he's going to have to play special teams most likely.
Tight end will probably have to play special teams unless he's TE1. If he's tight end 1, he doesn't have to. But if he's backup tight end, would have to be probably in some sort of special team, which, by the way, Urban Meyer, he expects a lot of people to play special teams. I think that's kind of his thing. The NFL is a bit different, but he has been, trying to take a little bit of that mentality to the NFL. I think Urban Meyer's going to do well. Why do I think that? I have no idea why I think that, to be honest. But I think he's going to do well. And I think getting Tebow in the building is a good idea. Right, and this is just me hanging out with Tebow one time, 2 times actually, in the lobby. How you doing? Keep it moving.
Oh yeah, national championship.
Full dap up. How you doing? Comes over,
Nice.
chats with us. Okay, so this lobby, we're invited down there to do College Game Day, and then the simulcast or whatever, where we roamed around the field. Steve Levy, Dan Orlovsky, Adam and me, and just kind of run around their thing. But the lobby was like it was one of those events that you go to.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Black tie.
Toity.
Yeah, it was like a bourgeoisie of sports media diner. You know what I mean? Now, I was potentially on cloud 40 to 50, sleeveless down there. There's a lot of mingling going on, handshaking. People were doing their thing. We just sat down at this one table. We're watching TV, having a good time. Place is packed. Tebow and his crew are walking through. Literally, and this is no exaggeration, looks over, just beelines right for me and Foxy, and I'm literally sitting there like, is Tebow coming to us right now? Comes right over, full dap up, full conversation. Tebow, great to see you. Says he loves following along with what we're doing. I return the favor to him, and then he leaves and he walks away, and everybody in there had to be like, how'd fucking Stooge McAfee, how was he the only guy Tebow came and talked to? Because you got to remember, ESPN was ran by Tim Tebow for a long time. Tim Tebow and LeBron James were ESPN. Him getting back in your building, from my interactions, is good for the building. Will he make the team? I think we have no idea, AJ.
We have no clue what he's going to be like as a tight end. How he moves now. You assume he still moves great. He looks good. He's been in shape for a long time. Yeah, I don't think there's like any negative outcomes of bringing Tim Tebow into your locker room. He's only going to spread some positivity with guys.
Well, Tebow mania there became a thing where teams weren't interested, I think. And that never gets talked about. Like when Tim went to Philly and New England and New York.
It's your backup. It's like you don't want to have your other players in the team answer questions about your backup.
Bingo. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I've talked about this at length. Like, people might not like this, but this is just how the NFL is. if you are potentially labeled a distraction or considered a distraction, it is very difficult for that label to get off because all anybody's trying to do is win games. Now, granted, be who you can afford to be definitely weighs in there. You know what I mean? Like, if you can do that and you do what you got to do. But for Tebow, and I don't think this was his fault, by the way. Now, granted, he was really good, seemed to be like the greatest human of all time. But the media hype around him everywhere he went, I think it got to the point in the NFL where everybody's like, we're not bringing this guy. Like, the Patriots, they even had to answer questions about it, you know? And Bill Belichick's like, I'm not talking about that whole thing. It's just, I don't know if it's going to still be like that right now. I don't think it's a bad thing because the world is much more like that. And the Jaguars might be trying to, Trevor Lawrence is already a superstar, so it's not like he's sitting on any Trevor Lawrence media or anything like that. But I think he was labeled a distraction at the end of his first run in the NFL. I don't think it would have ever been like as glorious as, I don't think it would have been like an incredible, I'm not saying he would have won on to win Super Bowls and all this shit, but I think towards the end it was like, let's keep him out of here. But I think him going in there is good. It won't be a distraction, I'm not sure.
I think we'll see. And my question would be how quickly will the Jags know, like, if he's going to make the team or not? They'll probably know before they put pads on.
Well, we talked about this last week. Yeah. Urban and Tim were playing.
They're neighbors. Yeah, come on.
They're neighbors.
That's right.
Urban can still sling that thing, right? Didn't we?
Yeah.
We put up some film on Urban throwing that thing around.
Spinning it.
He can spin it. So he probably got a pretty good feel. You know what I mean? Probably back shoulder on old Tim.
I assume if he knows he's signing Tim, he's thinking Tim's going to have at least 65 catches, 1,000 yards, and 10 touchdowns next year. I mean, we're not fucking around here. Like, what are we bringing him in
why
for?
Are you putting those expectations on?
James O'Shaughnessy is the tight end for the Jags. He has a career 88 receptions. The other 3 tight ends have a combined 14. So Tebow's getting reps. He's catching the ball.
28 for 262 last year. O'Shaughnessy.
Plus, they're neighbors. You think Urban's going to want to walk out of his front lawn, grab the paper, and have Tebow, staring at him like,
Tim's
hey,
going to be the halftime entertainment, too. He's going to dance on top of the water of those pools.
No, okay. Listen, enough with the Jackie Moose stuff, okay? He does not deserve that, what you just did there.
Jesus, too, though. He's gonna dance on top of the water. He kind of tied everything together.
Yeah, but hold on. Easterby, I mean, listen, that's his gimmick. We know that. Tim Tebow's not going to infringe on anything. But Tim Tebow, even if he goes on to become like an assistant or back at, you know what I mean? Like maybe he was, I remember I love football. This is why I'm here. That whole thing, I think that's what Urban's hoping. I think Urban's hoping listen, Boss Con. He might stink, okay? I threw the ball to him in the backyard. He couldn't catch a thing. Maybe he's like that. But
A.J. Hawk's hands.
When he gets in here, imagine him and Schlegel, okay? Imagine him and Schlegel as a tag team motivating these boys to go out there and win some games. Has Schlegel met him yet? Has he talked to him? You also potential insider to that situation as well. Let's see if you hold off here on any information that could help the show. But what has Schlegel talked to Tebow? And has Tebow reached out for the conditioning program yet?
I have not. I don't think he's talked to Tebow yet. I think I told you on the show last week. I texted Schlegs and told him Tebow said he's going to out squat you and double your deadlift, which Schlegel is like a deadlift champion. And 9 hours later, when he got out of the weight room, Schlegs just texted me, ha 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 ha, like 700 times.
Hey, that guy's awesome, huh?
Oh yeah, he's doing great. He is. I've said it before. He is in his element, motivating dudes down there, just putting individual plans together for each individual player. Like he's invested.